Hi, I'm Bet from Bet's Makes, and today we're going to make a chalkboard menu, and we're going to use some special chalkboard paper, and we're going to create a menu that we can put up in the kitchen for everyone. So here's a sample of what we've made, and you're going to make the exact same one. It is very simple and easy to make, perfect for the beginner. And if you just want to make one for yourself, no matter what your level, it is quite easy to do. Now, I have made this on my Maker 3, but you can use an Explorer, Air 2, Explorer 3, a Maker 3, and if you made it small enough, you can actually write on this type of paper on your Cricut Joy as well. So it works for all machines, and so now let's move over to Cricut Design Space. So here we are in Design Space. We're going to be doing this chalkboard menu. And I have a special file for you to upload. You could create these yourself within Design Space, but I would rather share with what I have to make it a little easier on you to start. We're going to the upload here. We're going to upload an image, and this image is called Chalkboard Menu. August Makes Chalkboard Menu. I've already uploaded it, but let's go and look and see what we can do for the uploading. So let's go to our August, and we have our chalkboard menu here. This is August Makes Chalkboard Menu SVG. Let's just click on Open. It is all ready for you. We're not going to replace that image, but what you want to do is make sure you have the name that you want for this. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to upload that file. Then I'm just going to click on it and click on Insert Images. So the file will upload as one piece, and there's absolutely nothing you need to do with this except make some changes here where it says Basic Cut. I don't want you to cut out anything here. I want everything to be simply written. So we're going to come up here to Operations. Well, it's all selected. We're going to come up to Pen, and then under Pen, I'm just going to click on it once again. See where it has a little edit pencil here? We're going to click on that. Doesn't seem to want to make that change for me. Well, let's come over here and let's pick on the color. I'm going to come back here whether I want a fine point. I'm going to use a 1mm marker. It's going to be a silver marker. So I'm just going to pick on that, and it is silver. So here we go, silver. And you'll notice how it changed on my canvas here. Well, this is exactly what I want. This is just one piece, but I want to make sure it's going to stay as one piece. So I'm going to click on Attach here, and that will make sure it stays as one piece when I go to print it. Now, we are restricted to having it 11.5, and it looks like we fit here. I can take a look up here, size 11.049 and 11.0419, so it looks like we're in good stead here. We can try to center it, but we're not going to do it right here on the canvas. And the reason we don't do it on the canvas because it will make its own adjustments as we go through. So let's come over here and let's save this. And this is one of my August makes, so I'm just going to call it Chalkboard Menu. And we'll save it. And the next thing we're going to do, once it's done its saving, just give it a second here, and it says it saved successfully, and we're going to click on Make It. I'm using a Maker 3, but you could use any maker that you wanted. I do not have matteless material, but I'm going to pick On Matte, so I'm just going to click on Matte and Done. Now you'll notice how this is going to fit in, so I am going to try and center this as best as possible just by dragging it, because I want it in the center of my paper. I do not want to cut my paper. This is going to be a 12 by 12. Okay, let's come over here and continue. and it'll set it all up. Now I just want to tell you a little bit about the paper we're going to use. Let's move this brayer out of the way. I have a Recollections paper that is chalkboard paper. Now you might be able to find this. This comes in 48 sheets. I know it's 80 pound because of the way it has been distributed before, and I have given it a test. But I'm going to use chalkboard, and what I want to do is I'm going to use a piece of black chalkboard out of this set. Cut it a little bit here, give it a nice little bend, and it should come out. Now what I've done is I've added a little mark down here to see if it will show up, so I'm not going to use that piece. I should have another black piece inside here with no marks on it. So we're going to take this piece off, and I will just rip it off right here. There we go. And I will move my paper pad out of the way. Now we're going to use the black, and we're going to use a silver, and this is a Cricut medium tip 1.0 silver that I'm going to be using in the machine, and that's the only tool you need. And we're going to use a standard grip mat. So let's just take off our protective covering here. And because we're writing on this, I want to get this as straight as possible because this is going to be our menu card when we're done. So I'll try and get it as straight as possible, and you see that I have already not made it straight. So just get it to the corner and get it lined up on one side, then I should be good. I am going to use a brayer tool to hold this down, and that is so that it really doesn't move. You see I've already got a bubble in there. So we don't need bubbles or anything when we're making this one. Just smooth it all the way down. It's just so it sits properly on our paper. Okay, just before I'm going to feed everything in, I'm just going to bring in my maker here so that we can see it. Now I am going to choose chalk paper. I'm going to browse all materials, come over here, and I'm just going to put chalk and see if it comes up with anything. Otherwise it's chalkboard vinyl, which it is not. And so I'm just going to go back here, and I'm just going to use what I call medium cardstock just so that we can see it. All we need is the silver pen in clamp A. We don't need a cutting blade or anything. My cutting blade is already in here. So just straighten this out a bit. I am going to use my silver pen, and it is a 1.0, so it is quite thick. Just push it down until it clicks. Now we're ready to load our mat. We just load it. And then I just wait for the go signal here, and when we hit the go signal, we're going to have the pen engage, and it's going to do the writing for exactly what we want. This is a pretty easy project. It's great for beginners. Now you don't have to use the chalkboard paper, but I really like it because the black and it shows up so nicely. So now it's going to do its printing. And this is going to look quite spectacular with the silver on the black. You could use a white pen as well. I just don't happen to have a white one, so silver is going to be the next best thing. Now with the chalk paper, when you go to write on it for your menus, believe it or not, you can use chalk on it and erase it each time. This is the type of paper that we have used here. So it should be quite quick when it is writing. Perfect. Look at that. That looks so good. I'm going to unload the mat here. place it under here. I'm going to remove my pen and I'll seal it and put it back in my jar. Come over here to the screen and click on Finish. And there we have it. Let me just push this out of the way. Isn't this a gorgeous menu? Now, because it's the chalk paper, I can use chalk and write in my daily menus here. I don't want to use a pen that I have, but I don't have any chalk right now where you could write in what you want. On Monday, you could have sushi. On Tuesday, you could have Greek. And Wednesday, you could have pork chops. You know, you can write those all down so that you can have this menu just for everyone. Now, I didn't have to cut anything. I used a 12 by 12. And in order to get it off the paper, I just want to make sure everything's dry here, and it is. I am going to roll the mat from the paper. And it is quite stuck because of the way we did it, but I really don't want the paper to roll. So I'm going to peel the mat off. And this works extremely well for keeping your design and your paper nice and flat. This is quite tough to get off. Just don't want it to stick again. There we go. So my paper is nice and flat. I am going to put my protective cover back on top of it. Move that out of the way. So there we have it, our gorgeous little menu. And I see I have a little mark. Oh, that's just a piece of dust. So there we have. This is a menu that you could put on your refrigerator or on your kitchen wall somewhere so everybody could see what's going to happen for the week. So that is it for this particular project. Nice and easy as long as you have the right type of paper and a pen that will show up on it. The paper we use is a Reflections chalkboard paper, and it is so easy. I did buy it at Michael's, and it's just absolutely perfect. So until next time, happy crafting.